Hi everyone, I'm Stan from Eagle Vision, here again with Geoffrey Reed. Geoffrey, welcome. And we're talking about brand concepts and basically how to create the brand story that will achieve the maximum sort of cut through. Last time we talked about coming up with a brand essence, and this time we want to talk about more about the application of it and maybe some of the budgeting comments around it. So Geoffrey, once you've got that brand story strong enough, what happens next?
Okay. I should just clarify for the audience too that in the old days, in the pre-digital era, developers would make TV commercials for their property developments. We're specialising now in what we call brand stories, which are more, they're like not like an extended commercial, but they're more like an entertainment, an infotainment kind of product that embodies not only the selling features of the project itself, but is creating images around it. And when you come to, let's just call them a video because everybody kind of understands that language. When you come to make a video for a project, from a developer's point of view, budget is always a critical issue. And it's the same for just about every client I have. Budget's always an issue. So when we come to creating a brand story and a set of images for a particular project, we will look at, in the back of our mind is, how can I produce that for that kind of money? We did a development project, a CBD development for an apartment tower in Adelaide called August Towers. And it was named before we actually got involved with the project. And our first question is, are we talking about the month or are we talking about the August, the other meaning of the same spelling, which means, something of greater profile. So with August Towers, we took the name August and riffing on the Augustus, Emperor of Rome, made this a very high profile event, and we contrasted it with the developments in Rome on the Palatine Hill where Augustus built his palace. So that became the underlying creative theory.
Okay, fair enough, very nice. And what are some of the common mistakes, that developers make in that, side of it when they're trying to apply the brand story to Collateral to distribute to the marketplace?
Yes, I think when you think about the constructs, if our commission is simply to make the video, some elements of that will be translatable and usable for other material, and we try and create value in that process to think about images and how they might be used elsewhere. With August Towers, we actually wanted to create, for a potential buyer, a view out the window of their new apartment on the 8th floor. So we used drone technology to fly a zone to any predetermined height, do a 360-degree video picture, and we also shot stills of all those views as well. So that a buyer coming in to say, I'm interested in the northeastern corner apartment, we could actually call up on screen the view from the bathroom window, from the living room window, and actually show them that beautiful views over the parkland of Adelaide.
And so you were able to then be a bit more effective around some of the budget constraints that perhaps you might have had.
Yes, I think with the Roman story, we were able to source some terrific stills materials that was royalty free, so you're not paying a large amount for stock photography. So we created a montage at the beginning of the story about Augustus and that grand vision of the way to live in Rome. And then we were able to use some very good CGI animation. And the combination of that creative theme with some very good 3D animation, some real life location photography, enabled us to make a brand story that was very compelling, very appealing. And we added into that testimonials, a very solid, proven technique, where we got together with some of the early buyers off plan and we interviewed them and videotaped their story about why they bought it.
My parents live in Sydney. We wouldn't mind living in a building like that.
When I heard about the building, I said, can I sign up for one?
So we had this terrific combination of low-cost stills, some low-cost video entertainment, the animation sequences. So that confection of image, testimonial and views was a really great result for a very modest budget.
Brilliant. So would you say then the common mistake is not allowing enough, or is it not thinking through?
Yeah, I don't know what it is about property development, but I'm imagining it's all bottom line driven.
Yeah.
You know, you're acquiring land, you're building infrastructure. The marketing is so vitally important. You know, you can build a fabulous new development and then kind of, you know, wait for the, you know, customers to come. And just having a website is not really enough. You need to create images around the development to sell the dream of living there.
Yeah, fantastic. Look, that's all that we have time for today in this episode. Next time around, we're going to talk about the distribution of the actual brand story and where it applies further down the track. Thanks so much for watching.